Hello world, it's Sammy. It's the start of the new year, and what a way to start the year in learning how to monetize your ALX skills. Yes, we're going to be learning how to monetize the skills you've learned from ALX. Now, I'm going to be exposing you to more than 8 ways in which you can make money now. These are ways in which you could really start earning from it. You don't need to wait, or you don't need to go do another boot camp. You just have to listen and then you get cracking. See you right after the intro. Alright guys, welcome back. Now if you're new to the channel, do subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get notified anytime I post new videos. Now if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Now today's topic is going to be very interesting, because it is one thing to learn how to program, it's one thing to learn a tech skill, is another thing to earn from it. And hey, it's me, Sammy, graduate from ALX Quad 7, and I would say by the grace of God, right from my graduation day till the end of last year, I have made more than £1 million in active projects, excluding tutoring and other means I make money. So I would want to share these few ways that I have made money from, and the few ways also that I have seen friends and colleagues or people that I have met, I have associated myself with, the kind of see how they have been able to make a little bit of side income or side hustle. Yeah, so I'm going to be exposing you all to those ways so that you could get cracking as quick as possible. This is the start of the new year, and we just have to start it up on a high note. So without further ado, let's get cracking. Okay, now again, like a quick summary, I would want to say that this particular video is serves as a guide to ALX students and also to ALX graduates. Now the points that are discussed in this particular video, they are arranged in no particular order. So if something is on number 3, doesn't mean that that is the list. I just gathered the points from my own personal experience first, the ones I've made money, the ones I've made money from personally, then the ones I have seen. I have seen my friends, not my friends like far away, my friends close by me, they made money from, and then as well as ways in which colleagues have made money from. Because really, I'm not part of those people that gives you some false hope. Whatever I'm going to tell you, I know it's very obtainable, because I have seen and handled it. All right. Yeah. And I would like to say this, that your earning power actually is directly proportional to your ability, and then that's just the gist. There's no two ways about it. How well you earn from your tech skill depends on how grounded or how skilled you are on that particular skill, and there's no how you can hide it. It actually shows when people interact with you, when people see you working. It kind of shows. There's no way you can hide it. So if you are just graduating from the ALX program, or you are about to graduate now, I created a video earlier that talks about what you should do after you graduated from ALX video. I'm going to drop the link in the description and also in the cards up above, so also check that video and watch. And also if you also want to know my own challenges, what I did or the mistakes I made when I actually started active development, because I would say more than £1 million. I won't say £1 million now. More than £1 million I have made from building active project actually enabled me learn things the hard way, and I've also been able to be better, right? So I made a video on that, so I'll also be dropping a link to that video both in the cards up above and also in the description. So I will admonish you all to go and watch that particular video and then get cracking. Really, it's the start of a new year, and I would want every one of us in this particular space to just start hitting and get the ground running, start hitting the ground on a high note. All right, so now let's go to the very first one I have here. Now the very first one I have here is getting a job or freelancing. Now this is the most popular way in which people make money. Is that they get a job. It can be either it's an intern or it's a junior role or whatever role you are given a job, or even if it's a contract remote, but it's a job. You are being paid to code, you are being paid to join a team to build or to make an application better. Or let's say you are hired as a freelancer. Now, when I said I made more than $1 million, this is the major way in which I actually made those large chunk of money. All right. Now, because this is the most popular way in which you can make money with your tech skill, it's also the one that is very, very competitive. As a matter of fact, it is highly competitive, and as such, you will have to prove that you are better than other people in the market for them to pick you out, either giving you the gig or giving you that particular job role. But this is the most popular. All right, so now let's go to the next one. And the next one I have here on my list is building a product. Yes, this could be either a web application that solves a particular problem for a business category, or a mobile application, or any software solution at all. You could actually sit down, build that application, and then you could sell it out to people, or you could sign up as customers and then charge them monthly fees. Now the new software in which me and the team were privileged to build, which is JSuite, it actually falls under this category. We actually came together and we actually decided to build an application that helps a particular business category their business activities, and then it has been glorious up until this day. So you could actually make money from building a product. Now the beautiful thing about this is that you get to learn how this big organization actually started from ground up. Not just that, it's going to actually take a whole lot of mental stress from you. There's no jokes here. I'm talking from experience. There are times in which it will be so embarrassing, so unbearable, but then I'm giving you this heads up that those days will eventually come. But come on, brace up. You've been doing hard things, so this is also part of the hard things. But then you could actually sit down and build a product, and then you could sell it. Who knows, you might just build the next Facebook or something like that. All right. Okay, so now let's move to the next one. Now the next one in which we have here is tutoring. Sorry. Now when you have an expertise in a particular area, we do realize that some people are still far behind. Yes, let's say you are good with using a particular programming language, not just that you are highly skilled in a particular framework or stuff like that. Now there are some people, they are just starting out, that they've not even gotten to that level wherein you are. Now you could teach them in exchange for money. How well you are going to asked for money, or the amount of money in which you are going to demand or request is kind of directly proportional to the student in question that you are going to teach. Because if you are going to be teaching somebody of like 18 to like 22, you don't expect the person to be paying like 150 grand or 250 grand, 1,000 naira a month. Come on, where would the person see that kind of money he gets? So now, but then it is something that you could actually sit down and then think around it. Now, have I earned money from here? Yes. However, this is not my major. I don't prioritize tutoring. Yeah, I currently I have students, and I am also preparing for the Python bootcamp on this side. But I don't really take tutoring and all those other activities 100% serious, because it is, for me, they are like side stuff, because I just like teaching and I just like talking about this stuff. So that's why I do it. However, it is not my major means in which I earn. So I won't really say much on this aspect. Not just that, I again prioritize me building project, because they enable me learn much more faster. You get? Because teaching, I'm basically teaching what I already know, but then when I'm building project, I am learning new things on the go. So I 100% favor me building application, me working a gig, me working on J Suite and all those stuff than tutoring. But then you could also consider this and add this as part of your own side hustle. All right. Now the next one we have here is sell courses online. Now, again, it's still tied to this tutoring. Now, if you are very, very knowledgeable on a particular concept, you could actually create a detailed tutorial that is very, very explanatory, well detailed, and then you bundle it in a course format, arrange it in a step-by-step manner that's even a dummy or even a 5-year-old kid can understand. You arrange it in that kind of format, you bundle it up, and then you sell it as a course that is going to help people experiencing that particular challenge become better. Because when you are selling a course, you should know that you are not just selling that course because you want to earn money. This is very important. You are selling that course because you want to help somebody who is on a particular point, let's say on point A, experiencing these challenges in which you've envisioned that is the challenge your course is going to solve. Move from that particular point to to a much more better position, let's say point C. So if your course doesn't do those transformation, you are just scamming people. I will advise you to not even go down that route. So if you're going to be creating a course, or you're even going to be signing up as a tutor, please and please be confident in what you are teaching. Be confident in what you are imparting to the next generation of software engineers, because it is much more easier to learn something afresh than to unlearn. It is much more easier. Not just that, it also have a way of boosting your credibility when people know that whatever you say is very much valid than the other way around. So if you're going to be making money via tutoring, you're going to be making money via selling courses online, you should make sure that the information that you are giving out to the outside world to consume, they are 100% legit. Like, I know what I'm saying, because there are some courses that people just do online, and they price it as low as 3,000, as low as 5,000, as low as 10,000 or 20,000, and they are just crap. And then you start regretting and all that. and then it has a way of putting a dent on your own credibility online. So move away from the you want to make money, but then move away from the concept about making money and look at the part on the perspective of impacting the consumers. Now, when you look at that particular point in impacting the viewers or the people who are going to be consuming your course content, either your video format or whichever format you decide to bundle it in, even when you are tutoring, when you look at that particular aspect, you are 100% conscious in whatever you are doing, you get. And those people, when those your first buyers, are actually going to be the one that will either make or break you actually. All right, let's just move to the next one. I think I've said enough on that aspect there. So now let's move to the next. Now the next one here in which you can make money from is software testing. Now this is not usually common. More so, there is kind of a higher barrier of entry. Now, software testing is the process whereby before a particular application is being released to the general public here, is being given to skilled personnel to test and look for possible bugs, possible errors, and possible pitfalls that might not have been caught during the development phase, during the QA analysis of that particular software or product. Sorry, guys. You get. Now, this particular medium is usually rendered by big organizations that have the money to spend, because the truth is not all organizations would really want to go and hire a software tester. But then this is one way in which you can actually make money from testing softwares being built by other developers. Now, the amount of money which you can earn from being a software tester is actually based on your experience now. And this year I have actually seen, if I won't call the person a friend, but he's a colleague. I don't know how to call it. Yeah, let's just say a colleague that we actually met on a gig that we both worked in, and then I got to realize that while we were working on that particular gig, he was also working on another one which was testing an application. That was how I was even able to know that okay, this particular mode of earning is even existing. Now again, like I said, the means in which or the modes of earning money that I am going to be exposing here are things that it's either I have experienced them practically, or it is from a friend or from a colleague. I'm not just telling you something that I feel. I'm telling you something that is 100% obtainable. Okay, so let's move to the next. And the next one I have here is freelance writing. Now, there's a little bit of barrier in entry. That's because you need to be very good in writing. You need to be very, very good in writing. So you need to improve on your writing skills. Now, when you talk about freelance writing, it's you writing tech-related content for big organizations. For example, you could actually be hired to write about a particular area in the Microsoft ecosystem by Microsoft, and then you will be paid for it, because those people, they don't have time to go and sit down and write those things, because they are actively making the product better. So all those informational materials, either via videos, articles, you could be hired to do that kind of content, and then you are going to be paid for it. So that is a very, very good way in which you can make money from. However, you will need to actually build your competence in writing, so that this organization can trust you. because before they are going to give you this kind of gig, freelance writing gig, they must have done their background check on you. And when they are doing that particular background check on you, you want to make sure that you actually come out with flying colors. Okay, so let's move to the next here. Now the next one here I now have is technical writing. Now many people mistake freelance writing for technical writing. It's to the best of my knowledge, I see them as not being the same. That's because in freelance writing, you're actually writing for a particular organization. Now, when it comes to technical writing, you are kind of writing guides, or you're kind of writing articles that are still informational, but now you are now being very much detailed and conscious. For example, you are writing a book on interview questions. Now the level of dedication that you put in that kind of writing is much more different from the one you put in freelance writing. Or you're creating a book on how to use Python and how to use Django and Flask and all that, the all-in-one Python handbook. Now those kind of writing requires a whole lot of dedication and a whole lot of finesse on it. So you can actually make money from technical writing. Again, you can actually start writing. Now you could just decide to wake up one day and say you want to write an article or a book on this, but then you will need to also build your credibility, because no one wants to buy a book that even the author doesn't ring a bell, the name of the author doesn't ring a bell. That is one thing also you want to put into consideration. Alright, so let's move. Now the next one I have here is managing software applications. Now I have also earned money from here by managing other applications, although it's usually based on contract, but then I actually earn money in managing software applications. Now the way it works is that you're going to be contracted depending on the contract, and then you're going to make sure that the application is an optimal performance, where you just run basic maintenance on it, and then you are actually going to be paid for it. Now, how you are going to do those maintenance services actually varies based on the project or based on the application you get. So it is actually a way in which you can actually make money from managing software application for clients. Now, people that often come with this kind of, at least again to the best of my knowledge, people that actually come up with this gig are people that are usually medium, small. I won't even say medium, I would say small organizations in which their staff is usually low, their staff count is usually low, and they have other areas that they will need to push in their physical manpower to. So they just thought it wise that, okay, instead of us adding this additional load to our staffs, it's better we just outsource it. So that's where you come in, because if it's on bigger organizations, they already have this planned out. They already have a team that is actually managing it, actually managing their cloud infrastructure. So you won't even get this in bigger organization, but it's much more noticeable in this small, I wouldn't even say startup, I wouldn't even say tech startup, just this small organization that are already running. They have user cost, there some client base already. Okay, all right, so let's proceed now. Other means that you could actually make money from is when you create and then you also monetize an open source project. A good example is all these tools that we use. For example, now Nginx. Now Nginx is an open source project that you could basically use. However, Nginx has a subscription plan, which is the Nginx Plus. The same thing too applies for let's say MongoDB. Now we have the free version, and then we have the one that is being paid for. And so many applications like that. So they all start with an open source version, in which people, it kind of gets people running quickly. However, for you to now go to the power realm, or for you to now be an advanced user, or based on what you require, you will now need to upgrade. For example, again, we could see Git also. It's a good example, because we are using the free version, but then there's a pro version in Git that gives you more perks, more benefits than the free version, in which it is just open to the general public. Again, you could sell code solutions online or in marketing. Now, this is not related to you building a product. Now, this is you just writing a code or writing an API now, and then publishing it on an API marketplace like Rapid API, and then someone just sees your API and then you buy it. So it's kind of related to selling courses online, but in this case now you are now selling code solutions. Essentially, you could decide to build a Chrome extension or a plugin and all that, and then you also monetize it. Okay, now the last one here again is you being a remote software consultant. Now, this again there's a huge barrier in entry. That's because you actually have to have this wonderful portfolio and wonderful resume. Now, you understand what I mean by wonderful, for other organizations to now hire you as their software consultant. But it is actually achievable. Now, how do I get to know about it? Now, when I was being drafted to work on a gig, now majority of the times there's this particular US guy that is always coming in to have a talk with us. Now, I didn't realize that person is not like, I was thinking actually it was a staff, but then higher up than my own self and the rest of us. But then I realized that with time, I realized that the person is actually not even in the organization. Was hired as a consultant. You get, so that was how I was able to know that, okay, this particular mode also exists. Again, the means in which I discussed in this video ways in which I have earned, I've seen someone earn, and I have also seen my own personal friends with my very eyes earn money from. These are not just something that I heard randomly online, and then this is coming from practical experience or practical data, as the case may be. All right, thank you guys for sticking till the end. Thank you very, very much. Now, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me via email or via my Twitter handle, or you can also reach out to me via my Facebook, or whatever means you deem that you find much more convenient. Reach out to me, and then I'm always available to help you. With that said, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That if you've not subscribed yet, if you are a returning subscriber, I want to tell you that I love you all. Thank you. And then I'm going to be releasing in a video shortly that's going to help you all understand how to cache data using Nginx. I'm currently working on that, and then I'm going to be publishing that particular video online shortly, so that you will start learning how to use these technologies in active development. It is very, very fun. All right, with that said, enjoy the rest of the new year. Bye bye.